Emilia, Emilia Justina, is the main female protagonist, deuteragonist, and the hero who defeated the Demon King Satan. After forcing the Demon King to retreat from Ente Isla, she followed him to modern-day Japan to ensure his destruction. However, just like the Demon Lord, she lost most of her powers upon her arrival and was forced to assume a Japanese name. She was also forced to find employment, and so she became a call center agent. She is a half-human and half-angel hybrid. She is also extremely sensitive about her chest size and is secretly envious of Chihos. Emilia has long magenta hair that extends all the way down her thighs, with 2 strands hanging in front. The strands on the right are weaved into a small braid, while one particularly long strand of hair, and a hugj, protrudes from the top of her head, forming a curl that dangles above her face. She has yellowish-green eyes while in human form, and is shown to wear many different outfits in the human world, her most common outfit being the uniform she wears for work. Likewise, her standard attire consists of a long-sleeved white collar shirt and a gray vest slightly open in the front to reveal the front of her shirt and the purple bow below her neckline. This attire is complete with a pair of high heels and a dark plaid skirt that cuts off a few inches above her knees, revealing the length of her legs. After getting a job at McDonald's, she commonly wears the standard girl's uniform, consisting of a short-sleeved red t-shirt with a button-up collar and a yellow strip running across the mid-torso with the company's logo on the right breast. She also wears a black skirt and a red visor hat bearing the McDonald's logo. While working in the restaurant, Emilia usually ties her long hair back into a single ponytail. As the hero of Ente Isla, Emilia Justina wears decorative silver armor with a golden trim that covers her torso, shoulders, and backside. There is a tiny opening right below her collar, below which is a golden crest situated above her breastplate, the bottom half of the armor opening in the front to show her waist, revealing a ruffled black skirt with white frills and leggings. Her knees and lower legs are clad in metallic boots with a similar look to her body armor, with matching arm guards protecting her lower arms and elbows. While utilizing her full power, Emilia's hair turns a shade of bright silver, and her eyes change to an orange-red hue. She can call forth her armor and sword at will, making the hero's transformation instantaneous, though her transformation is dependent on the amount of magic power she has at her disposal. Overall, Emmy is a strong-willed and determined hero, displaying many admirable qualities befitting of one in her position, among which are a pure heart, boundless courage, unwavering loyalty to those closest to her, and a deep-seated desire to protect the innocent. Moreover, she lacks self-confidence and gets angry, frustrated easily. While initially hesitant to become the great hero of Ente Isla, the death of her father at the hands of Lucifer's army ignited a fire in the heart of the young hero, giving her the motivation to train harder and strike down those who destroyed her village. Due to her personal losses, she sees all demons as her enemy, most of all their leader, Satan Jacob. These beliefs lead her to drive back the demon armies, thinning their numbers and slaughtering most of their commanders. She eventually defeated the Demon King, slicing off one of his horns and forcing him to flee to another world. Perhaps some of her more noticeable qualities are her intelligence and a strong sense of responsibility, both of which are shown when she follows the demons to Earth and keeps a close watch on them without stirring up trouble. Emilia is portrayed as the kind of person who thinks through before acting, carefully considering each situation and investigating her surroundings before choosing to confront a possible problem. Despite losing most of her supernatural abilities upon arriving in Japan, she appears quick to adapt, smoothly assuming a false identity and modern human lifestyle to the point where she can blend in with modern Japanese society without arousing suspicion from her colleagues. She sees the Demon King as her own responsibility, and thus remains on Earth for the purpose of protecting others should he resume his evil agenda, displaying both stubbornness and personal sacrifice in doing so. Despite her half-angel blood, Emilia's desire for vengeance against the Demon King became a powerful driving force for her early on in the series, as she believed her father had died during the raising of the Western continent. This explosive anger often causes her to appear bitter and short-tempered, prompting her to lash out at him even in the most inappropriate times. Nevertheless, she is able to keep a rational head in most situations, thinking before choosing to fight, watching rather than acting, and rarely causing trouble that could inexplicably inflict harm to others. While she initially sees the Demon King's peaceful human life and kind personality on Earth as nothing more than an act, Emmy soon learns that his generosity and kindness are genuine. This only fuels her anger, as she has trouble understanding why someone capable of kindness could have done so many horrible things in Ente Isla, though he hesitantly apologizes, claiming not to have understood humans before being forced to live as one. As the series progresses, it becomes clear that she no longer despises Mao as she once did, and the two are shown speaking candidly with each other on Earth. They currently display paranoia and distrust of each other's motives, more than outright hostility, and have not fought since beginning new lives in Japan, aside from humorous verbal disagreements. Over time, she begins to grasp the changes in the Demon King's personality, slowly coming to understand that the kind person he became on Earth is a far different person than the tyrant she knew in Ente Isla. Upon learning that her father is still alive, much of her previous bitterness towards Mao begins to evaporate, leaving the hero to question her previous motivations and goals more than ever, eventually resulting in a much more civil relationship with the former Demon King. After so long of denying her growing affection, Emmy finds herself acknowledging these hidden feelings after being rescued by her former nemesis so many times. While she's a fearsome force to be reckoned with on the battlefield, Emilia displays a kind and caring personality outside of conflict. Above all else, she values the happiness and safety of those closest to her, showing a strong protectiveness towards Chiho Sasaki, even putting aside her initial dislike of Mao to protect their mutual friend in times of danger. Emmy also expresses great affection for her adopted daughter, Alice Remus, and willingly spends time with the former Demon Lord due to his status as the child's appointed father, forming an odd family dynamic that suits her so long as her child is happy. Due to her desire to create a world where everyone can live peacefully together, she often comes off as idealistic or naive, even causing her to butt heads with Crestia Bell over the necessity of death in the resolution of conflict. Emilia also expresses disgust at the actions of the church she once served, and the governments of Ente Isla, all of whom began vying for power over Ente Isla in the wake of the demon army's retreat. Disliking the actions of her former superiors and disheartened by the actions of the high priest Olba, Emilia sees the true corruption hidden beneath the surface even without the Demon King's presence. She no longer affiliates herself with any of the factions in their homeland, instead opting to seek her own form of justice. She is also extremely sensitive about her chest size and is secretly envious of Chiho's bust size.